Hello, Teebs the birthday boy here with, oh boy, we're in for it now. This is the Fortress of Dr. Radiaki. What is there to talk about this game? Well, it's one of the worst games I've ever played, and that is very serious weight to it. You've seen probably some of the other games I played. This tops it currently. And it's made by the same people that made Harvester. And if you've ever played Harvester, you can probably guess, considering the warning that we have below the game and the estimate, we're in for a very interesting time. So I'm going to quickly explain that this game's controls are very weird, just so you understand exactly how hard it is for me to play this. I am using the mouse for movement, specifically the mouse for movement. I'm hitting Control to open doors and hit switches. I'm hitting Alt to run when I'm using the keyboard, very seldomly. I'm using Shift to fire when I'm using the keyboard, and Space reloads your gun. Fun fact, I think this came out like 2 or 3 months before Marathon. This came out after Doom 2, but before Marathon 1. Oh boy. And also, I am sleep deprived, so this is going to be a very classic tbcr run. Alright, are we ready, everyone? Are we sitting comfortably? Teebs the birthday boy is about to play the Fortress of Dr. Radiaki. Alright, we're going to start this run in 3, 2... Well, first let me just make sure that the difficulty is correct. Oh, no, it's not. That would have been funny to jump into. Let's see. Easy. It's still hard. Light, high, and high. Alright. Alright, let's begin. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go.
May 8th, 1963. The world teeters on the brink of destruction.
By the way, we're not watching the cutscenes, and that's for your sanity and mine. Alright, so, number 1, do not look at the floor and do not look at the ceiling at any point during this run. You will get sick if you have motion sickness. I am not motion sick, but I usually get a little bit nauseous while playing this game. So please do not look at the floor if you value whatever you have eaten within like the last 5 or 6 hours. Alright, and I'm having to do very sharp kind of like turns in order to kind of get a good handle on movement. So the plot is you're a secret special agent that's on this island with the titular fortress of Dr. Nico Radiaki, who has gone mad and is trying to take over the world. It's a general, you know, kind of like 60s spy type of plot. Except you're a baseball player, I think. Oh. Alright, so we're on level 2 in the sewers. I'm gonna do some pulse firing to kind of save a little bit of ammo, because you do eat through ammo a lot in this game. Got these giant rats that make all the rules that I gotta take down. And we're gonna make our way through here. Gonna wake all 3 rats up so we can get them all out of the way. Gonna hit the switch. Gonna do some funky movement right here to avoid having to fight a rat. Cool. And now we get to fight the lizardman. Alright, oh, got caught on a sign, if you could believe it. Alright. And got a cycle. Because y'all saw that other lizardman as they were moving. Alright, I'm gonna get some ammo and get some health. And I think I picked up the first key. Yep. Oh, the second key. And now, watch, I should make a wall appear. Ta-da! Alright, so I'm gonna carefully maneuver around here. If I wanted to go really fast, I could move the mouse very sharply forward, but I'm not gonna do that because moving with the mouse fast is not suggested because it is near impossible to control. So I'm not going to be going full blast speed, even though this is a speed run, because it's actually slower to move fast. Do not think about that sentence. Alright, so we're nearing the end of this level. Just got some combat with these lizardmen. Thank you. That is a Tommy gun, a Thompson. I am reading chat, so if you do have any questions, I can attempt to answer them. This game is a mess. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am the only runner of this game, if you could believe that. For good reason. Who in their right mind would want to speedrun this game? Everything about it is wrong. And I do truly mean that. Like, the renderer is, like, well, you're seeing it. The gun spread is comical.
Master, we have
the plot is
emerging from the sewer.
Well, it's something. But I view this game as a bit of a challenge, you know? This game has a very infamous reputation to it. And that is my primary, like, motivator towards playing it. It is ultimately a challenge. Is it slightly more tolerable with Radiaki? I don't know. I've never used that, to be honest. I've always used the original controls to the game, except for when Fancy Edition came out, which, if you do want to play this game, that's probably the best way to do it. It makes it very... it makes it very tolerable controls. The render is still horrifically broken in the game, but you can at least control it well. I cannot count on my hand at the moment because I'm kind of trying not to die at the moment, but I will let you know when it starts to get really egregious. Once we get to Dojo, when I finish the boss to Dojo, that's where it starts to... the interlude text goes off the rails. Yeah, I have to move up to move forward. I need to, like, move back and left and right to do a sharp turn. There is no strafing in this game, but your character will still strafe. Because I think the movement stuff's kind of tied to, like, 15 degrees.
Master, the American keeps, like, liquidating our guards.
All right, into storeroom. Now, this is an exclusive level to the CD versions of the game. I'm using the version that you can buy on Zoom platform, specifically. I'm not using Fancy Edition for this. And this, I believe there's 2 levels later on. And, oh, hold on. The ninjas here are a bit troublesome, but I do get 10 health from each of them. If I can get them. Oh, come on. Thank you. Right. So I need to do some funky movement right here real quick. Give me just a second. Ooh. So I'm trying to get to this guard before they turn around. Whoop. Okay, there we go. And need to be careful here because, yeah, that guard basically opens the door before you even get in and will be right there when you turn the corner. So you gotta be very careful. Moving back here so I don't wake up a ninja behind the door, though it does look like they've opened the door. I'm just gonna run for it. Oh, careful. Got caught in the door frame. You can get caught on a lot of stuff. I have not shown the auto map yet because I need to get to a point where I actually have to use it. It is a very funny type of auto map. I'm just going to describe it to you now. So, you know how auto maps in FPS games work, right? You walk into a room, everything that you see you can view on the auto map, right? That's a sensible type of design for an auto map. Now, imagine you had to physically touch the wall in order for the auto map to actually show it up. What do you think about that, chat? What do you think about that type of auto map? Because this game has that type of auto map in it. Why would you imagine that? Well, this is like a hypothetical, except I know more at the moment than you do, and I know what's to come. All right, I need to take a safety save. Oh.
May 8th, 1963.
That's a disaster because I accidentally hit new game by accident.
Blackmailer vows to wreak atomic
You know what? It's fine.
on a global scale.
It's fine.
$1 billion is deposited to its Swiss checking account, quote, real soon, unquote.
This is the Fortress of Dr. Radiaki, where you can accidentally save after dying. So, you know what? I'm taking this challenge on.
Cuidado.
Ay, mi cabeza.
All right. Hopefully that's not going to put me too far behind. We get a good Radiaki and the final boss of the game, because Radiaki is not the final boss of the game. So hopefully we get a good showing for those two, because I'm not going to lie, most of this estimate is for the last 2 levels of the game. I am not joking. What do you mean this 70-minute estimate is mostly towards the last 2 levels? Well, Radiaki's level is very buggy, and the final boss level is sadistic. All right, we're just gonna steamroll through this.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we're just gonna absolutely steamroll through this to try to catch up.
Dinner. Yeah, dinner.
No.
Oh, did I not wake up the other one? No, I did.
No.
I'm gonna pick up that health as a safety.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, dinner. All right, so let's go through this now. I'm just gonna use this weapon just to save ammo. Most enemies go down in like 2 to 3 hits with it anyway on easy. Oh, I do need to get this lizard man out of the way since I woke them up. Alright, cool. I still need to grab... Oh, come on. Door? Thank you. But yeah, I've been speedrunning this game for a good bit now. I first learned it in the practice room at SGDQ 2022. Some of you may have been at that event and saw me losing my absolute mind in the practice room. And 3 years later, I'm doing it for Big Bad Game-a-thon. I don't do this game often at events, just because, one, it is a genuinely difficult game to speedrun, just because the controls make this kind of an endurance. Especially on your right hand. I'm right-handed. Fun TBCR trivia. And...
Yeah, dinner.
Oh, the game slowed down by that. Also, you heard that little audio glitch right there? I'm just gonna let you know ahead of time. Sometimes the audio's gonna glitch out and it's gonna make the worst noise imaginable, and I just need you to be ready for that. Alright. I'm making good pace considering I had to restart the game from the beginning by accident. Making good pace. We're about caught up.
Master, we have like an intruder emerging from the sewer.
Okay. In order for me to run this on stage for an event like that, the text screens would definitely need to be changed. Which I have talked with like the developer of the Fancy Edition. If I ever decide to actually submit this again to the event, because I will admit I have submitted this prior, this version, because I was out of my mind when I did it. Thinking that would even remotely get like an okay. But if I was to submit like Fancy Edition to like a GDQ, I would see if the developers could like, of Fancy Edition could like replace the text screens. Do you want to carefully safety save? I'll do that at the beginning of the next level, which we're at it now.
Master, the American keeps like liquidating our guards.
Can I edit with a hex editor? Probably. All right. All right, there we go. We're definitely saved now. All right, let's go. Ooh, come on. You know what? I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna go. I'm not even gonna bother with him. Not even gonna bother with him. Oh, hi there. I don't want what you're selling. Encyclopedias? No, don't need them. I have 15 sets of the Encyclopedia Britannica. I don't actually. That would be very wild considering how much that goes for. Have you ever tried to buy an entire set of the Encyclopedia Britannica or like the Oxford Dictionary? It's like $1,000+. Like, I like learning stuff, but I won't want to spend that much. All right, I did a very silly thing, and I may pay the price. Yep. That's fine. Not too much time loss from that. It's like a minute into the level. Oh, come on. You know what? I'm just gonna use the keyboard here. This is what I get for using the keyboard. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, nope, never mind. They're in the room with me. All right, I'm gonna actually have to like be careful now in this speed run. Wowzers. We'll just attribute this to not getting any sleep. Because I'm on like, I wouldn't say 20. I'm at least on like a decent bit of no sleep. All right, so now we got the pain point out of the way. We're gonna make another safety save. Button, thank you. All right, let's go. I was gonna show that I could expertly slalom out of here, but oh well. Oh, come on, door. Thank you. Good pulsing of the weapon. What am I at for ammo? 104. It may be hard to tell from the text, but I'm at 104. All right, we're about caught up. I just need to get over to here, and then we'll be caught up, at least location-wise, with where I stopped. This is where I accidentally restarted the game. Also, yes, they are saying Rosebud. Gotta have your Citizen Kane references in this game. Oh, hi there. Citizen Kane is a very nice film. I was wanting to get the 4K Criterion at some point. I know like the sale for Criterion is not next month, November. I plan on getting that in a couple of the 4K Criterions. Some of you may know that I'm a big fan of movies. More particularly of bad films, but I also like a lot of good films as well. You gotta like a lot of bad films to really understand what makes a good film really good. You know? I feel like that's also the same thing with games, you know? If you play a lot of bad games, you have a lot of appreciation for a lot of the good stuff in good games. All right. Okay, good. Here we go. We're in cellar, and this is a very easy level. I'm gonna move left one, and then right for the rest of this section. And I just hold the mouse, not the mouse, hold the keyboard. Stop here. And then we're gonna open this door. Do not look at the floor. Oh, I need to reload. Also, fun fact, I'm playing this on a Linux machine in DOSBox, and I had to disable most of my keyboard shortcuts because it was actively screwing me over. Alright, Dojo. This is where the oof starts. Big time. So, moving forward, the text intermission screens are gonna get horrifically bad as they move forward and forward. I usually have to describe this game as beating old-timey racism, if that gives you any indication as to what's in store. I'm using CachyOS, which is Arch-based distribution. I accidentally wiped my Windows partition about 3 weeks ago, trying to install the OS, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not on Windows anymore. I lost 1 seat of my DaVinci Resolve license from that happening, by the way, until I can get bottles working, which is a wine thing. Yeah, I didn't realize that the partition, one of the partitions I got rid of was the boot partition for Windows. Because what I was planning on doing was, I was gonna install Linux and then slowly start moving everything over. And then it's just, yep, throw me in the deep end. I should note, I work on Linux machines for a living, right? I troubleshoot Linux operating systems. So, like, this isn't like a super, like, oh, I'm just up the creek without a paddle. Like, I know how to use Linux regularly. It's just, I wanted to have my transition to a fully Linux setup be not as abrupt as it was. At least I can still access the files because it was a dual boot setup that I had. Alright, I gotta be careful here because this is the first boss. And I need to not get close to the boss, but they're gonna run very fast, and they run faster than I back up. Alright, so we're gonna save here. Alright, save. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Oh wait, hold on. I need to get this and then save again. Alright, here we go. Let's see if I can get this first try.
Nothing can withstand.
They deal 10 damage every time they hit you.
My balls.
Little bit of audio funny right there. Little bit of audio funny. How much ammo do I have? All right, we're fine. We're fine. If we were low on ammo, I would have to go for a safety backup, but looks like that won't be the case. Oh, the other one didn't wake up. By the way, due to how the renderer is, you can actually, like, turn and get a better angle at enemies, and they still won't see you. So we're gonna take advantage of that in certain areas. All right, oof text coming up. Yeah. All right, on to Robotown. I hate this section. I'm just gonna outright say it. These robots just chew through your health so much. Alright. Come on. Oh, the game's chugging. Actually, I think I might know why it's chugging. I do have a copy of the stream up in the background. Because I was using that to see when I was live. Probably should have closed it before my run started, but it should be fine. It shouldn't be a detriment too much. Alright, I'm gonna get some safety health because we have a hit scanner immediately as soon as I go around this corner. Very nice. Alright, so now we get to do a lot of very confusing movement around. Alright, cool. Get them out of the way. Get get them out of the way. Very good behaving of the bullet spread. I will say on that. All right, so let's head through. Come on, open door. Thank you. Open doors will soon be shut. That's what Peter Gabriel said at one point. On that hill, you know. Alright, so now we're gonna head through here. I think this is probably the best time to show the auto map. Actually, not yet.
Yes,
Yeah, you gotta climb Salisbury Hill. That's the only way you can see the city lights. I should note I'm a big, like, Genesis and related artists fan. They actually have a box set coming out next week for The Lamb. I'm actually excited. I've heard, like, snippets of the remaster, and it's some really good stuff. All right, I'm gonna get some extra ammo. Actually, I'm just a big progressive rock fan. I should note that I have audio going into my ears of my monitor, but I have like the noise suppression that's on my mic also, so there's a slight delay between what I'm saying and when I'm hearing it. And I have to have that because I have two machines literally sitting next to me. Because I'm one of those streamers with a 2 PC setup. Ooh. All right, for Genesis fans out there, what's your favorite album? There's just a bunch of like movement I have to do in this level. My favorite album is currently A Trick at the Tail.
Cuidado.
Although I will say, special accommodations to Selling England and Nursery Crime. I can't say like Foxtrot's my favorite album, even though I absolutely adore Supper's Ready because of Timetable. I'm very on and off again about Timetable. But I'm also a fan of like all eras of Genesis. I'm not specific to like the prog era. I also like the pop Genesis as well. Yes is also a very good band. Oh, hold on. I hit the wrong button. The Knife is also... Trespass is also a fantastic album. The version of The Knife off their Live 73 album, especially the remaster from 2009. I know the remasters are very divisive, but the Knife on that is top shelf. Alright, so let's go through here. Visible Touch is pretty good. Domino's an absolutely fantastic track off of that. Winter Wuthering is also like near a top album. I'm a bit of a fan of All in a Mouse's Night, which a lot of people write off as a kind of forgettable track, but like there's just something about it, you know? Alright, I have to be careful here. This is the second boss. I should note that throughout the game I've been picking up skeleton keys, more or less, that let me just get into certain areas, which is why I've not bothered picking up certain keys in certain levels. And I found out recently, if I just attack this boss from this far away, I die less likely. So yeah, we got through that with the least amount of pain. All right, so now we're gonna head towards the outer section again. There is a robot that's been cycling around this area the entire time while we've been gallivanting in this region. And we gotta hope that we can beat a cycle with it. We've actually been trying to beat a cycle this entire time. Hawkwind's also pretty good. I haven't listened to a lot of Hawkwind. I do have, what is it, X in Search of Space on vinyl. If you want to get into a big music discussion with me, oh boy, is prog rock like a good, that and jazz fusion. Oh, I saw the robot. I don't know if you saw it as well, but I just saw it. All right, so let's head through this door. I'm gonna be very careful here so I don't wake up this robot. Just gonna strafe, hit. Even though that was a very loud switch hitting sound, it didn't wake it up. All right. Gonna open this up. Oh yeah, by the way, let's look up the auto map now. Beautiful. All right.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna get rid of this robot here and then lure that one over to here. Sometimes it'll back up into this spot. By the way, those robots can strafe. You can't. Oh, you can't intentionally strafe. All right, so we're nearing the 2/3 part of this map. Just got this final section here.
Yes, hold for me.
I just looked at my time. We're actually on decent pace, even with accidentally restarting the game.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
no, sir.
There's always like, what are like some like, this is like one album I listen to while I'm driving out of the RTP of North Carolina towards like, places like Greensboro and whatnot. Oh yeah, it's Magma Live 74, not 74, 76. And then, what else was there? Also, Oof Text. More Oof Text. Oh yeah, and then Yes's Tales from Topographic Oceans, which I unironically like. I think that's a nice album and people are just very mean about it. Especially the Steven Wilson remix of it. If you listen to Tales from Topographic Oceans, I highly recommend listening to the Steven Wilson remix, specifically Dance of the Dawn, not the version that actually came on the original vinyl version.
Like, in your servitude now.
All right, Sentry. This is another CD version exclusive. I don't know, I'm a weird person. I listen to Lou Reed's Metal Machine music while driving, so like, not at full volume. I'm not an absolute madman. All right, so we have a new enemy. They shoot grenades at me. I need to avoid them. So I'm just gonna use the keyboard to move around. All right, come on. Yep. Cool. All right, we're finishing the level in a bit. There we go. Heading into Shrine. All right, this level is gonna also continue with me using the keyboard up until here. All right, so we have a bunch of ninjas right there. We're trying to lure basically to right here to bottleneck them to get them out a lot sooner. Oh, Gentle Giant is also another great band. I picked up their Playing the Fool live album. They had a remaster of it. I found out that someone at my work actually played like in a tribute band for Gentle Giant with the person that did the remix for that live album that came out this year. Small world. They also used the Giant cover for Three Friends in the US as well. I can't actually pinpoint what my favorite Gentle Giant album is because all their music is just fucking great. Even the non-progressive rock stuff is fantastic. I'm a fan of Civilian and Giant for a Day and whatnot. Because like even when they did like the non-proggy stuff, they were still very complex. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm making my way carefully through here. Also, I want to pose that question to people in the watching the restreams. What's your favorite progressive rock albums out there? I'm very curious. I do actually go back and watch all the runs that I do and all the restreams just to like read what people say. So I'm very curious what your favorite like progressive rock albums are. Silver Surfer OST is also pretty good. Tim Fallon is one of my favorite composers. Also a very good progressive rock lover as well. And it's very evident in their music. Alright, I got a little bit mixed up here, but that's fine. I need to head over here. I actually picked up a copy of Jeff Rain's War of the Worlds. That's a tongue twister for me because I do have a speech impediment with certain syllables. But yeah, that's a pretty good album. A lot of the Megami Tensei soundtrack has some pretty good like jazz like vibes to it. I've been definitely vibing with a lot of the OSTs for that franchise so far. Even the early like Famicom and Super Famicom titles. All right, safety save coming up. Pulse fire. Didn't work out. That's fine. Got him in two. Discard does like to come through the door. Very nice. Get some more ammo while we're at it. And then we're gonna make our way out. I'm gonna use the keyboard for this part so I can give my hands a little bit of a rest of holding the left mouse button down. I didn't actually explain that. So when I move with the mouse, I'm holding the left mouse button down and then I fire with the right mouse button. Do not think about those controls too much. I think on certain versions of the game, including like Fancy Edition, it's like reversed. Even for like 1994 mode, it's reversed. I'm not gonna complain about that because I think that's a little bit better than what it currently is. All right. All right, Mayhem is one of the easiest levels in terms of at least getting to the exit. It is not an easy level, but you turn left and now I'm 80% done with the level. Do not look at the floor. This part is like especially like All right, I'm gonna have to make another safety save. I'm on 29 because we have to fight the baby coming up. That's very ominous, Teebs. Yeah, it is.
sulfur.
All right, I'm in very bad territory. I'm gonna have to like fish them out.
Sulfur. And sulfur.
Oh, come on. There's one still alive. Yep. There we go. Very intense. And now we hit the nursery, where we're going to fight the baby. Alright, I'm gonna go grab the safety now. Because I don't trust this level one bit. When we get to the baby, it's fine. Leading up to the baby, I don't trust this level one bit. Alright, so we're making our way through. And we're gonna carefully maneuver over to this door. Because we need to get the blue key. We do not get a skeleton key for the blue key, so we do actually have to, like, get the key. That was not good, and there's also a flamethrower guard hidden here. There they are. Alright, we're good for the rest of this. Yep. This is a bit of a mess. I may have to actually consult the auto map. This is like one of the few levels where the auto map is actually useful because of how like very weirdly set up the level design is. I need to get more into Porcupine Tree. There's also like a couple of punk albums I actually want to listen to. I do try to like, you know, enrich myself with a lot of like genres of music. For the longest time, at least for this year, I've been trying to go through industrial, like the early days of it. So like Cabaret Voltaire, TG. I think I have Coil also included as part of that as well, even though I think they started a little bit later. Even like David Lynch's like Eraserhead album is like a good example of like early industrial. All right, so I need to be very careful here because I do not need to alert the baby until it's absolutely necessary. I need to hit that switch. I also need to make sure my flamethrower is filled back up. All right, cool. All right. What? Alright, so now we're fighting the baby, and the game is extremely loud, and I have to yell over my voice over the game so I can hear myself. But we just stand here, and we just shoot the baby with fire, which is an absolutely deranged sentence. And then we get their binky as a key. Alright, nearing the end. Don't worry, this is not the last time we'll see the baby. Nice health. Alright. You can guess what the rest of that text is saying. Alright. So now we're on this level. This introduces another enemy, but I could not care less. So we're just gonna run to the end. Okay, I do have to care a little bit because they're in not this room, but the next room. And I have to get rid of them because I have to hit the switch and they can take a lot of health off if I don't. Right. Whew. And now we have have, I think this is Playpen. All right, so this level is something. So we got a lot of running here. And I believe I picked the wrong path. All right, we gotta go the other way. Oh, come on. It's easy to get confused in this map. Not gonna lie. All right. Oh, no, wait. I was going the right way. Ah, Teebs. You sleepy birthday boy. You should have been paying attention. That's okay. It's only like a couple seconds. How's everyone doing this morning? Again, I haven't slept since yesterday. So, I'm in that weird, like, state right now. North Carolina, unironically. That's a running joke. It's fine. I might unironically get some coffee after this. Like, it's a very surreal feeling knowing that I'm speedrunning this game specifically at a marathon on my birthday. Like, when I submitted this, I was like, I have a feeling I'm gonna be running this on my birthday if I get it in. And sure enough. Alright. So we got to be careful here, but we're at decent health, but there's also a health pickup in a bit that I can get. Need to pick up the yellow key, and then we'll head over here. One of these walls has a health and ammo cache. And now, remember the baby from like a level or two ago? Well, I have some good news for you. There are 3 babies in this level. Hope you haven't gotten completely your fill on the baby appearances, because here it is. Oh! The worst noise imaginable just pervaded your ears. Alright. The ones on these are apparently clones of the original baby, to explain, quote-unquote, in lore as to why that is the case. I do need to hit one more switch. And it's, I believe, this one. Now we can leave. I'm gonna try to pick up the health pickups. Oh, got caught. That's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna try to pick up the health pickups that are kind of littered here. They're only gonna give me like 10 health, but any health is greatly appreciated at the moment. But they're on the outer sides of these areas, so I actually have to like do broad sweeps to pick them up. All right. 2 more babies. Here we go. I think it's specifically tied to when I pick up, like when I switch weapons, just so you're aware. All right, so I believe we have 3 levels left. Yeah, we're in sheer hell. I'm not pronouncing it how it's said on the thing. It's sheer hell. Oh yeah, I get to explain fun behavior that actually can ruin your run. But I'm gonna get this key. I'm gonna get the switch first before I do that.
Yeah.
I got very lucky with that. That was very fast and like It was basically hard to explain what was going on, but there was a grenade shooting robot that was off in the distance. All right, so I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna make a safety save before I explain this because, well, you'll see. We found this out during a live stream a couple months back on my channel. And it turns out if you go up against this wall, you can just go out of the map. And you just walk around, and you can activate switches and whatnot. But yeah, you can go out of the map. By accident. Alright. Alright, so I gotta carefully move, and then I have 2 of the robots here, so I'm gonna save again because I'm paranoid. Cool. All right, so there's one more fire hydrant enemy.
Dinner.
And I just woke it up.
Dinner.
By the way, even though they don't see you, they know where you are once you activate. The pathfinding for the enemies in this game is get directly to the player as soon as you're detected. All right. So we're nearing the end of the level, and then we have the final 2 levels of the game to contend with. Hopefully we get a good Radiaki. Because, oh boy. You're gonna see, this is where the pain absolutely truly begins with this game. Radiaki can kill you in 4 hits. Sometimes even less on higher difficulties. I don't speedrun this game on higher difficulties for that reason. Also, I intentionally did this so you could see what this enemy does. You have to basically empty an entire clip to kill them. Oh, there's 2 of them! I forgot about that. All right, well, this is gonna cause some fun stuff. I'm at full health. I'm at full ammo, but that's a safety save. All right, there's another one in here. All right, reloading. There's another one immediately to the right here. I do want to get at a good position. They're incredibly fast, and in fact, I have 2 more I have to deal with, but the second to last one, I need to make sure I do not wake Radiaki up, so I'm gonna make dual sets of saves here. First 3 are 8, 7, and 6. Those are pre-waking Radiaki up, and then we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is, I'm not touching 5. Because we have to lure Radiaki into like a specific way. Okay, cool. Radiaki didn't wake up. All right, so as with all the other bosses, Radiaki is going to immediately zero in on me. And Radiaki can attack even when they're stun locked, because it's based off like a certain amount of time. I shouldn't have done that. Hold on. This is a very precise thing that I have to do in a game that you cannot move precise in. Now I have to be very careful because Radiaki can clip into the level geometry. I'm not joking when I say that. Oh. By the way, this is why the estimate is so high. This and the next level. 100% why the estimate is so high. I did not do that well. Oh, didn't wake them? Oh no, I did. That would have actually been perfect to go for the quick kill. I'm trying to get Radiaki in a specific position so I can do a quick kill. This might be it. Yeah, this is it. So now we gotta carefully, and I do mean carefully. Oh no, I think Radiaki did it. I think Radiaki's in the wall. Yeah, Radiaki went through the wall. He was in the square. Alright, I'm gonna load this. Hopefully not in a bad spot. Nope, that's a good spot. Alright, good. Good. Now I just need to move very carefully. I'll attempt to in this game with very imprecise movement. Oh. I think that'll work. Oh. Yeah, this will work. 100%. Not that, though. Two, three, four, five. We'll know if Radiaki dies because his helmet will explode. Yeah! All right. No, we can't see that because I only have 15 minutes to defeat the final boss. All right, so Radiaki has a parapet, and this boss is complete BS. There's no easy way to put it. Because, well, you'll see. It's literally just a PNG image that turns into a GIF that goes around the map and has very good aim. So I took Radiaki's weapon in the prior level. I have 60 health, by the way. But yeah. The boss is a giant chicken. Remember Castlevania for the Amiga? Okay, maybe some of you don't, but the boss in that game is a giant chicken. Like the final boss. Not Dracula. Giant chicken. Alright, so this giant chicken is going to go to various areas in the map, and I have to be prepared for it. This is one of them. And I have a few ammo safeties that I can go for right here. I'm gonna pick one up. I do not want to use all of them because I will have a very long fight ahead of me. Oh, where was... Oh, there they are. I got 5 hits off of it. Alright, here we go. Turn the corner. That was really good. That was extremely good. I've never had that much good luck on this. Alright, we're gonna keep on this because I got 5 really good hits on Parapet. Alright, so they're not right there. I could have them... Oh, they moved. Okay. Ah, dead. I did save, though, I believe. Yeah, I saved. Oh, narrowly dodged that fireball. Gonna pick up some ammo. It's not enough, but it'll do. I want to kind of lure it into the corner here, which should be doable. Okay, maybe not. Alright, they must be... Yep, right there. Died. That was a good setup, though. Because again, the aiming is based off of 15 degrees specifically. I had some very good catch-up earlier in the run, getting back to the spot I left off at. Alright, I'm gonna make a save here, and then we're gonna see a fireball. Yeah, I've really kind of like buckled down on trying to like get the movement good, because the movement is the most important thing that will lead to a lot of time loss in this game, not the enemies or the combat. Surprisingly, it's just the movement that eats the most time up. 6 hits. All right, going for more health. No, don't load. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be right there again. I probably should have actually, hold on. I'm gonna reload that, because that actually gives me an idea. Oh, did I hit it? Apparently I did. I want to get it into a good position before it does that. I have the time, so... Oh, we're getting close. I feel it. I can feel it. Because we got a lot of good hits on the boss so far. Let's not have that happen, though. All right. All right, unironically, I might actually go get me some coffee after this. Oh, yes, that is 100% correct. This is very mean for the devs to put at the very end of the game. Also, a reminder, this is on easy. I'm playing on the easiest difficulty for this game. Yes! All right, time stops as soon as we see the loading. Or entering.
Having thwarted the fiendish plans of Dr. Radiaki and destroyed his prototype nuclear-mutated monstrosity, you reflect on the potential for evil when our friend the atom is abused. A grateful world throws you a ticker tape parade in which elephants stampede down Main Street, Air Force jets fill the sky, and naked women cavort about you longing to have your children. Unfortunately, we can't show you that here. But you may rest secure in the knowledge that you have saved the world, and by gosh, isn't that enough?
So yeah, this is the Fortress of Dr. Radiaki. This is a game of all time, and it's one of the various games that I speedrun. If you'd like to see more of maybe this game or other games I speedrun, such as like Marathon and some like various like Amiga games and whatnot, definitely make sure you take a look at my channel in the future. In fact, I might be doing some stuff in the near future, but definitely stay tuned for the Marathon, because there's definitely some good stuff coming up from what I've seen. There's an Amiga game after this run, you know. So, yeah, my name is tbcr. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'm gonna have a good birthday when I go get me some coffee. And I hope, yeah, have a good one. Bye-bye.